Do you think you can defeat me?
Haha! Who do you think you are? I'm the greatest swordsman of the land. The people call me the Sword Saint.
Oh, how surprising. People call me the God of Swords.
Talk is cheap. Now I'll show you how strong I am. Oh, this is only a minor setback. I'll make sure I come back even stronger.
I see. This sword of mine have defeated over 100 toy soldiers. It absorbs all the tears and sorrow of his victim. Only defeat awaits those who oppose the great Tan Sama. My sword is known as the Crybaby.
Impressive, but my sword is no slouch. I have taken down over 100 innocent Barbie dolls. My sword grows stronger with its victim's rage and despair. No one can stand in the path of Almighty Freddy Senpai. I call this sword Sore Loser.
Fight!
Ha! You are a worthy opponent. So I'll let you taste my ultimate technique. I name it a sad child.
You are the first person to witness my finishing move, the Raging Loser. Oh yeah, I'm the champion. I'm proud of my victory and my achievement.
You celebrate too early. I'm the one who's gonna have the last laugh. Ooh, ha, 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 ha. All right, let me help you get up. Nah, I changed my mind. I'm a humble champion, but I never said I was a merciful one. Time for me to go to the restaurant and celebrate.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Wolf Brothers channel. Today we'll be reviewing
David's Kitchen, located on Liverpool Street, Sydney.
which is near the Shark Hotel. Now on David's menu we ordered 4 main dishes, which were
Wonton noodles with char siu pork and prawn wonton noodles. The last but not least is the laksa meat combination. And for the entree, we order the fried prawn dumplings.
excellent. Now the 3 main dishes came out at a total of $12 each.
Yep. And the last one, which is the fried prawn dumpling, came at $7.80.
Excellent. And not to forget, we ordered 2 drinks, which were the...
Coconut juice, which is cost $3.
Okay, excellent. Now let's kick off with our first dish, which is the...
I don't know, we should kick off with the wonton noodles.
Yeah, we'll kick off with the wonton noodle and sweet pork.
Yeah.
Okay, so what were your first initial impressions when the dish came out?
When it first came out, it was well presented.
Yep.
The vegetables, the wonton, and the char siu pork, very colorful.
Excellent.
To be honest. And the disappointing part about it is when you actually taste the broth.
Yeah, but the broth looked kind of nice, yeah?
Yeah,
It was very crystal clear.
Yeah.
It was crystal clear for a reason. And which we're about to explain, it had no flavor, literally. That was the downside to the whole dish. Because in my opinion, what holds the dish together is the broth.
But I think the soul of the dish is more like the wonton and the char siu pork.
Yeah.
The char siu pork actually makes some flavor for the broth.
What kind of flavor?
I don't know. There's like this unique flavor from the pork.
Yeah.
That like soak into the broth.
Yeah.
Make it a bit more flavorful.
Excellent.
Yeah. And the wonton, I'll say, is pretty good.
How the noodles cook well?
The noodles were cooked very well.
Excellent. So pretty much the letdown that we can pick only for this dish was the broth. And that should be the main component of the dish, which was surprisingly the major letdown. And you know, that's the component that holds the whole dish together. Is that right?
Yeah.
There's a bit of, and there was no condiments to add to the actual soup, which was also a downer because we were looking for something to add extra flavor. No salt, no pepper. So what could we say? Anyway, moving on to our next dish, which is the...
Prawn wonton.
Okay, now what were your initial impressions of that dish?
It's not much different from the wonton noodles.
Exactly.
They look exactly the same.
It's exactly the same,
The
minus
different
the
content
sweet
is the
pork.
prawn inside the wonton.
Yeah, so how were the wontons themselves?
The wonton themselves are pretty tasty in my opinion.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did
bit
you like the
different from the pork
consistency?
wonton.
Was it cooked well?
Yeah, it's cooked well and nice, and there's a unique flavor for the prawn wonton.
And how about the noodles?
The noodles, it's nice to eat, and you can chew on it, which is good.
So what about the broth?
The broth is like, there's no difference from that.
So we're assuming
wonton
they use the same broth, right?
Yeah, they use the same broth.
Oh, that's so sad. So what's the difference in both the dishes to separate them?
Probably the content of the prawn wonton, and that's it.
Yeah? So which one did you like more?
To be honest, I like the prawn wonton noodles more because of the prawn alone.
You like it?
Yeah,
okay.
the flavoring.
Oh wow, I'm going with the other dish. I like the taste of the sweet pork in the broth because it actually gave it flavor.
It's actually pretty tasty.
That was my
I have to
opinion.
be honest.
I just wish they had actually seasoned the broth. It would have been a kicker of a dish. But sadly enough, you can't have a wonton noodle soup without the soup. That's the key component. So yeah, that's a bit of a letdown. But there's one more dish that came to their savior, which was the...
laksa meat combination.
Okay, so what were your initial impressions of the dish when it came out?
The laksa combination?
Yeah.
I think the laksa combination when it came out is looked very colorful and looked very creamy.
It looked very representable. The thing that took my attention was the look of the broth.
Yeah.
You could see the creaminess and from the coconut, and it was red for some reason. Why was it red?
I think it's probably the spicy flavor.
Yeah, it was more spicier than my usual laksa. Do you like that flavor?
Yeah, the flavor is good for me. I can eat spicy food.
It wasn't too spicy, was it?
It wasn't too spicy.
Okay.
But
And
the contents there, they have chicken, beef, and char siu pork.
how about veggies?
There's only a bit of bean sprout, to be
Yeah,
honest.
not
There
too much
wasn't-
veggies.
there's not much veggies.
It was mainly a meat dish, and I was looking for one of my favorite components, which was the, can you guess?
The tofu?
Yeah, there was no tofu. It would have gone well with this dish because of the delicious broth. But then again, everyone's got their variation on laksa. And for me personally, I really enjoyed the dish. I mean, the meat, there was a lot of meat. There wasn't any seafood because it was just a meat laksa. But honestly, I would have liked a little bit more veggie to balance the whole dish out. How about you?
Yeah, you're obviously correct on that one.
Yeah.
I prefer a bit more veggies, but hey, it's a big combination. You can't
Yeah.
expect to have a lot of veggies on it.
And the content, was it enough for $12, you reckon?
It was well proportionate for $12.
Yeah, and the noodles themselves, were they cooked well?
Yeah, it's well cooked.
Yeah, I agree. The noodles were cooked very well.
But yeah, I think I take a bit of MSG on that dish, so
Yeah.
I have to take a bit of a mark off for overall later.
For most of you who don't know what MSG is, it's monosodium glutamate. It's a additive you add to food to enhance the flavor. And it has been proven that long-term consumption can be cancerous in the long run.
Wow, is it?
Yeah.
Wow, no wonder.
Yeah, so please do limit yourself or caution yourself when eating food with MSG. Try to find out what you're eating. And like we mentioned already in the video, that it does cause dryness of your throat. And what other effects? Does it make you thirsty?
Make me thirsty.
As a result, while you're eating the food, you feel like you want to consume more drinks.
Yeah, and your throat not only feel dry, I feel kind of heated up there.
Yeah. Okay, so that's done with the laksa dish. Is there anything else you want to add to the laksa dish?
Nah, let's move on to the entree.
Okay, now the
last one.
entree, the lucky last entree. Now, me personally, I like the presentation. They look nice. The crispiness of the fried dumpling was nice. How about you?
The crispy dumpling was nice, and the prawn flavoring is exactly the same as the prawn wonton.
Yeah.
So yeah, they probably use the same content.
And what about the sauce? Did you use the dipping sauce that it came with?
Yeah, it's
What was it?
Thai chili sauce.
Sweet Thai chili sauce, yeah. For me, I couldn't really eat it plain. I had to use the dipping sauce to enhance the flavor. But you actually like the flavor on its own. Why is that?
I don't know, because like this unique flavor for the prawn. They probably use a secret recipe or maybe some kind of flavoring enhancement
Yeah.
that I don't know about. But yeah, it's to make it taste better. What I recommend is like if you're gonna order the fried prawn dumpling, order it with the wonton noodles and then soak it in there.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea.
It'll add a lot of flavor into that broth.
That's a very clever idea. Now, last but not least, the coconut juice.
It was canned, man.
It was
There's
canned.
nothing to say about it.
That's all we could say. It was canned juice with jelly flesh from the
Yeah,
coconut that they
yeah.
added extra.
Yeah.
But we were honestly thinking we were going to get fresh coconut juice, and sadly we didn't. But overall, it did kind of like clean our palate after having the spicy laksa dish, yeah?
True, true.
So it wasn't that bad overall. And how about just judging the place overall ambience and comfort? Were you happy with the place?
The environment is like your normal eatery restaurant. You know?
Yeah.
It's like probably catering for mass people.
Yeah.
And like usually like uni students or like people that like on a budget or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a good place to eat for
This-
like
we-
for normal daily people.
Yeah, it's good. And they have quite a few things on the menu. Both.
Quite not a few. This is a lot.
Why is
on the
that?
menu, I don't
Combination of Thai and
know. Malaysian.
Malaysian.
food,
So for all you Malaysian Thais out there, it's a nice place to go and visit if you're on a tight budget. You'll make a lot of savings. Yeah,
yeah.
it's decent. We can't say it's the best food we've had, but it's decent for those who are on a budget.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
now, so what's the rating are we gonna give to the?
rating for the dishes. Okay, for the first dish, which was the
Wonton noodles with char siu pork.
super. Okay, I'm giving that a 6.5 out of 10.
I'll probably give the same mark.
Same?
Yeah.
Same score. Okay, excellent. And moving on to the next dish, which is the
The prawn wonton.
okay.
noodles.
Now with the prawn wonton, I actually like the prawn wonton themselves.
Me too.
And that's the kicker, and that's the thing that won me the dish. So I'm giving it a 7 out of 10.
Really?
Yes.
7.
Yeah, a 7.
Wow.
Because look, the reason why I gave it a 7 is not because of the broth. It's because I actually enjoyed eating the wontons themselves, the dumpling and the noodles. But it's just lacking in flavor. That's the only thing that was
True.
missing.
True.
How about you?
I like the wonton, prawn wonton by itself, and yeah, it's the only thing that keep the dish up. So I'll probably give it a 7 as well.
Cool. So we're both agreeing on this one. Now moving on to the next dish, which is the
The laksa meat combination.
okay. Now I really enjoyed this dish, so I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10.
I was supposed to give it an 8, but after effect of the MSG in my throat, I have to take a half mark off. So I have to say 7.5.
Wow. So we're neck and neck on the scoring. That's impressive. Now moving on to the final dish, which was the
Prawn fried dumpling.
okay. Now I'm giving the prawn fried dumpling out of 10 a 6.5.
Yeah, I'll probably agree with you with that as well.
6.5 as well. All right.
But then I would probably give it a 7 if you soak it into the wonton noodles.
Yeah.
It
So
tastes a bit different, trust me.
yeah, because it will absorb into the crispy outside. Yeah.
Yeah.
But overall, look, the overall experience. What would you give it out of 5?
I'll probably give it
overall.
a 3-star out of 5 for the overall experience of that restaurant.
For me, I'm giving it a 3.5 out of 5. And the reason for that is because of the good price value.
Yeah.
We ordered 4 dishes of, including the drinks, which is 5, for almost $50, which is a good saving if you're on a tight budget. And we were full at the end of it.
Yeah, we were.
We were pretty satisfied. But in terms of flavoring, look, the major letdown was the broth itself, isn't that it?
Yeah,
Otherwise, it would have been a hit. It would have been a hit, right?
Yeah,
If they got the broth correct, we would have been coming back.
Yeah.
Would you go back again?
Yeah, I'll probably go back sometimes when I'm pasta or something. I might come in.
And try some other dishes on the menu,
'cause
yeah?
they have a lot of other dishes you
Yeah.
can try out. So yeah, it's like it's a good place to visit once in a while, or like if you really live nearby. I don't recommend to eat it every day, but every other day maybe.
Okay. So, is there anything else you want to add before we howl out?
No, there's nothing else to add, and so I guess we'll see you guys in the next one.
All right, see you guys. We're going to be howling out.
Yep.
How surprising. Ha! How surprising. 1, 2, 3. I see. My sword have defeated over 100... Okay, wrong again. I see. My sword had defeated over 100 toy soldiers. It absorbed all the tears and sorrows of its victims. Only defeat awaits those who oppose the great Tan Sama. My sword is also known as the Crybaby. There's no sound anyway for your side.
Sound effect.